It's the middle of March and we have a potential playoff preview in the Eastern Conference. Miami comes to Toronto. The Heat are clinging to the 4th seed, whereas Toronto are sitting around 5 and 6. Let's get started. I gotta get some sleep. It's always something coming back here though. I wonder what would have happened if I never would have left. I guess at this point, I'd be the old guy looking to help these young bucks win a championship. I can picture it now. Kyle Lowry getting the rebound, running down court, hitting me on the wing. Luckily that jumper still looks good. I got no time for this. Gotta get to sleep. It's Kyle Lowry on the top of the key now, and he hits Chalmers with a beautiful around the back move and finishes over Anderson. Mario Chalmers had no idea where Lowry was on that play, but he keeps his head up and he's got Bosch wide open, and Chris Bosch asks the defense, where they at though? Bosch has led the team in scoring throughout the year, but he defers to Andrew Bynum, and he has been an absolute gem for Miami this season, and he continues it there with the hook shot. The organization took a chance on Bynum that no one else would, and it's worked out beautifully for him so far. Toronto calls timeout now. Miami with currently a 4-point lead, a back and forth affair, not much breathing room created between these two teams. And it seems the second units are going to be coming in now. Two of the strongest reserves in the league. Toronto featuring the dynamic backcourt of Lewis Williams and Grievous Vasquez, as well as the explosive Amir Johnson and Terrence Ross. Miami features the rookie point guard Shabazz Napier, the potential double-team threat of Andrew Bynum, the veteran Udonis Haslem. Of course, speaking of veterans, Vince Carter and Danny Granger. It's always a fun ride when Carter comes back to his old Toronto stomping grounds. Fans definitely make note of his presence, to say the least. Lou Williams working on the rookie Shabazz Napier, and he gets him shook out of his boots, but he's unable to finish the shot. That would have been a pretty one. Carter coming down now, being aggressive, going right to the lane, and he tries to put his name on the stat sheet early. Grievous Vasquez, who averaged over 9 assists a game for the Pelicans a few seasons ago, brings the ball up court. You have to imagine he's a bit overqualified for the backup point guard position. But given when you got Kyle Lowry in front of you, sometimes it's just how it goes. Toronto moving the ball around now, and Hansbrough's got a mismatch on him. Bynum's going to have to help out Carter, but former superstar of North Carolina still able to convert. You could make the argument that Hansbrough has been a bit of a disappointment in the NBA, but any team would still love to have his hustle and effort. Vaz Napier on the pick and roll, and look what he's got, a wide open Vince Carter. That's going to go in almost every time, and you know Carter loved that one. The spectators, they feel a bit different about it, and they're going to let Carter know about that one. And now Lou Williams gets 2 screens on the top. Always a threat to score, but he gets a bit caught up around the rim. But Amir Johnson cleans up the mess. He'll get to the free throw line. Johnson been in the league for a decade, but he's only 27 from coming out of high school. Miami's going to have to push it if they want to convert. Granger cross-court pass to Vince Carter. This is a deep one, and he hits it! Vince Carter has that look in his eye that he gets so often when he comes back to his former gym. Miami will take a 7-point lead, and if that shot was any indication, it's going to be a big night for the future Hall of Famer. Udonis Haslem. He was drafted in a previous era, but he's still able to swallow up that rebound. Looked at as a veteran presence on this team, and he definitely deserves it. He's the captain, and he's been the captain for several seasons, even dating back to the LeBron James era in Miami. Vince Carter off the screen from Haslem, and that falls as well. Carter with 8 points, 3 baskets in a row, and he is cooking. An underrated move of the offseason when the Raptors acquired Lou Williams from the Atlanta Hawks. At one time, he led the Philadelphia 76ers in scoring, even though he was coming off the bench. He gave them about 15 points a game. Something you don't see every day. Shabazz Napier brings it up. He's gotten better as the season has progressed. Gets a screen from Udonis Haslem. Miami likes to run a lot of those. Chris Anderson in the corner. Not really the play Eric Spoelstra would have liked. They reset it back at the top. He's got some shooters along the left-hand side, including Vince Carter again. This guy is red hot. Toronto has a bit of momentum on their side. The starters of Miami will look to slow him down. Dwayne Wade back to Chris Bosh. He's got the smaller player on him to the rim, and he misses a bunny. Wow, Chris Bosh just flat out missing an easy one, and DeMar DeRozan on the other end. Toronto has fought back to make it a 1-point game. You know Chris Bosh would love to have the shot back, and speaking of Bosh, he puts that one in. The other former Raptor in the building. Late fourth quarter now, Eric Spoelstra choosing to go with Dwayne Wade at the point guard position, sitting Mario Chalmers down. Probably because he needs to have Vince Carter in there riding the hot hand. It's Valanciunas on the side. That's not a play Toronto would like. Defense has been an incentive for Miami all season. We're seeing it on this possession. Toronto moving it around the perimeter. It's DeRozan and Carter. Passes back out to Lowry. He's got Patrick Patterson in the corner. The contest from Bosch, but it doesn't matter. Patrick Patterson puts it in, and it's back to a one-possession game. A huge shot from Patrick Patterson, but Dwayne Wade now into the paint. Draws the contact, can't put it in, but he'll have a chance to give Miami a 3-point lead. Dwayne Wade silencing a lot of critics this season. Many thought that he would have trouble staying on the court, but based on tonight's performance as he puts that one in and gives Miami a 3-point lead, based on tonight's performance and how this season's going for him, seems like he'll be A-okay. Kyle Lowry now gives it up to DeMar DeRozan, a turnaround jump shot, and he puts it in. A part of DeRozan's game we don't often see. He hit that one over Vince Carter, the young buck showing the old guy that he has a few tricks of his own. Wade and Lowry now. Dwayne Wade to the rim, and look out, Dwayne Wade over Valanciunas, and he silences this Toronto crowd. 3-point game with about a minute left. Dwayne Wade has it on the top of the key. That was a quality coaching decision by Spoelstra to put Wade at point guard. Toronto has had a hard time defending that one. Wade now gives it up to Bosch. His 3-point attempt over Lowry, no good. Ross with the rebound. Toronto with a chance to tie it up or at least get it to within one. Toronto has had a flair for the dramatic all season, especially at home. Valanciunas right through Chris Bosch, and it's only a 1-point game now. Toronto will just not go away. The veteran group of Miami, they've done their best to try to pull away, but the energy of the Raptors will just not let up. It's Dwayne Wade handling the ball again. Cross-court pass to Carter, another three. That one is no good as well. 2 straight 3-point attempts by Miami, something you wouldn't expect from this veteran group. Now it's DeMar DeRozan defended by Carter. He's looking. You imagine DeRozan has the advantage. Out to Kyle Lowry, his own outside shot. Chris Anderson comes down with it. And Miami is going to have a chance to secure this lead a bit more. It's Dwayne Wade now at the top of the key. You have to imagine he's going to take this all the way down. Again, he has Kyle Lowry defending him, a mismatch that he has abused in this fourth quarter. He gets a screen from Bosch on the right-hand side. This play doesn't seem like it's going much of anywhere. Out to Vince Carter, another outside shot, and again, a failed possession by Miami, and now Toronto has a chance to take the lead with little time left in the fourth. Miami usually great in these situations, but they have not executed. These are the situations where you give it to your best player. Look for Kyle Lowry to do something. He's into the paint, blocked by Chris Anderson, but Valanciunas has it, and he is fouled by Carter on the play. Chris Anderson making the defensive stop that Miami needed, but Jonas Valanciunas, known for his hustle, was in the right place at the right time, and he has a chance to give Toronto the lead. A 75% free throw shooter on the year. I'd be surprised if he didn't make at least one. His first one is up, and it's through the hole. Toronto and their hard work have tied it up. The second one falls as well. Toronto is in a prime position to win this. And Spoelstra will call timeout. With only 5 seconds left, there's not much time to get a proper shot off. I think Chris Bosch will get this around the mid-range area, and they're just going to let him create something. And here we are, 5 seconds left. The crowd on the edge of their seats. Chris Anderson inbounds. Dwayne Wade defended by Kyle Lowry. He doesn't have much. Out to Carter for the game. He hits it! Vince Carter at the buzzer! The ball went through the net, and the dagger goes through the heart of the Toronto faithful. Vince Carter, you know he is loving this one as the Miami Heat steal it from the Toronto Raptors.